New Orleans, the Big Easy. The birthplace of jazz. A culturally rich metropolis that has reinvented itself after Hurricane Katrina. Everywhere you look, there are signs of renewal and a spirit of transformation that is typified by its residents, like Karen and Theodore Williams. Karen and Theodore Williams were born and raised in New Orleans, and their story is one of continually rising above the challenges life brought their way. They both grew up in the New Orleans Desire Housing Project, a place they describe as a rough neighborhood. Yet they worked hard and graduated from G.W. Carver High School.
The Black Panthers had a breakfast program where they used to feed the kids, and we used to go in this building, and they had a lot of tables and chairs where they used to interact with us with coloring books. It was like something like a center where kids could go and be safe.
I was actually trying to find a job after I graduated, and it was so hard. Our name from coming from back in that area was so hard out in society. People didn't want to hire you. So you had to go in the military or go do something crazy, or, you know. So I decided to go to the military.
We've been through hurricanes before, but it was something about this one that I was afraid. Water came up to the second floor where we were living at. It was 3 days before the National Guards came in, and they rode around. We got excited, and they told us they were coming back. They never came back. Volunteers came in with their boats, and they came and rescued us.
Well, they picked us up and they brought us on the I-10 bridge to get us up a little higher. And we got onto this big bus, like a big Greyhound bus, and they just told us that we were just leaving. Nobody on the bus didn't know where we was going. We didn't know if we were going across the street, uptown. We wound up way in Houston, Texas. And we stood out there for about 6 months, and then we came back.
I found out about Habitat Humanity first from my church. So I started looking into it, and I think around 2009, I finally got up enough nerve to call them. We have been through a whole lot. We've moved from project to project, and I really feel like God opened a door for us because I couldn't understand that He was working and I was working, and we still didn't have enough money to get a house. So when we ran into Habitat, it was like a dream come true.
This year, BCMC Build partnered with Habitat for Humanity of New Orleans to grant the Williams family their wish, building them a home they can call their own.
Before Hurricane Katrina happened in 2005, we were building on average about 10 homes per year. Obviously, Hurricane Katrina changed the game for housing nonprofits in New Orleans. And since then, we have built 385 houses. So we built 500 total. And we are building about 30 to 35 new homes per year.
BCMC Build is all about giving back. Held in conjunction with the annual Building Component Manufacturers Conference, or BCMC Show, this charity event brings together members of the Structural Building Components Association to help rebuild the American dream of home ownership.
We get to combine our experiences and learn from each other, and we're doing it in a town that's been decimated by a hurricane, and so it feels great to all get together and help this terrific family have their first home. So and that's really a lot what Habitat's about, is providing people with the opportunity to own a home.
The structural building components industry has a strong commitment to not only construct homes, but build communities. Our nation's recent economic struggles have highlighted the challenges of achieving home ownership, and BCMC Build strives to help make that American dream a reality, one family at a time. BCMC Build has become an established part of the BCMC Show Week, starting in 2010 in Charlotte, North Carolina, and continuing last year in Indianapolis, Indiana. BCMC Build has raised money, materials, and labor to supply and build single-family homes for deserving families. Using roof trusses, floor trusses, and wall panels, this home built in New Orleans for the Williams family showcases the many benefits of component construction, including design flexibility, ease of installation, reliability, and green building.
Well, as the chairman of the committee, I get the opportunity to see a lot of great people involved in this project. We got people who are experts in putting up prefabricated and pre-designed houses all year long. And this is a great project because it really gets to show how the industry shines in terms of the capability, both for prefabrication and also in the way the structural connectors really just bring the house together, tie it to the ground, and really make it resistant to all the forces of wind and rain. And here in New Orleans, that's a really good thing.
Habitat for Humanity has received many requests for homes and has to make difficult choices when selecting a deserving family for the BCMC Build home. The Williams have committed to putting in at least 250 hours of sweat equity and were on site during the build process. On the day of the build, the BCMC Build team got down to work to help make home ownership a reality for them. Volunteer framing crews from the structural components industry arrived at the job site ready to take the plans from foundation to a completely framed home. The speed at which the structure was built highlighted the versatility and advantages of structural building components. Fully framed from its foundation in only one day, the Williams home showcases the significant savings in time and materials that components have when compared to conventional stick framing. In addition to work on the job site, the structural components industry supplied in-kind products and cash donations for the materials needed to complete the framing. Additional volunteers then took the completed framework and finished the Williams home.
So this is a lot different. In many ways, it's a lot easier because when we start a typical build here in New Orleans, we're working with everything from scratch. So we just have a box of 2x4s and other 2x material, and we're kind of putting everything together on site. The advantage of using components like this is, one, it makes the work a little bit easier to handle in terms of our walls are kind of prefabbed, our openings are there, our trusses are nice and ready for us to use. So the advantage is, and especially with floor joists as well, everything can kind of fall together in a little bit quicker fashion. It's really efficient and really easy to work with.
This project is the result of weeks of hard but rewarding work in planning, coordination, and on the job site. The BCMC Build team pulled through to help a very deserving family in need. Over 60% of homes built in the U.S. use structural building components. From superior design and structural capabilities to lower material waste and construction costs to the green benefits of using a renewable resource, structural building components help to rebuild the American dream. This year's BCMC Build 2012 home is just one example of the thousands of homes built every year that benefit from the advantages of structural components. Along with the BCMC Build volunteers who donated their time to this important project, the following sponsors provided resources and materials to make this project a success.
Looking forward to having my sisters and brothers come. I wish that my mother-in-law was still alive to see us in this segment of our life, because we held on for dear life with each other. And she's deceased. My mom is in the hospital and she's making 82, and we just holding on day by day. And I wish that they could see our progress, because we've been through a lot, we struggled through a lot, and look like now the light is shining on us, and we feel so blessed and honored to be a part of Habitat, and for BCMC to pick us up and love on us and build us a house that we can call home for our children, our grandchildren. I'm just looking forward to family.